What's up, Slayers? This is Jivets. With Vermilion 18 drifting into the Maelstrom, it brings the Moonreaver Shrike. Here's an overview of the Moonreaver Shrike, some quick tips for your hunt, and the gear and weapons that you can make from its parts. The Moonreaver Shrike is a neutral behemoth, so elemental armor and weapons have no added effect. Like the shrikes you fought on previous islands, this behemoth has moves similar to those lesser shrikes. Let's start out with the most important attack that you'll want to look out for, his swooping attack. During this attack, you and your party can boop the snoot to interrupt the Moonreaver Shrike. Be careful though, as this Shrike is much less predictable than its predecessors. The Moonreaver Shrike will create distance between you and your party by running away. With that distance, he could swoop, but also has many other tricks up his sleeve. When the Moonreaver runs away, it can follow up with almost any attack in his kit. If it does start the swoop, be ready for the boop. In enraged mode, the Shrike will do multiple swoops in a row, so more opportunities for a boop. One of the biggest changes in this behemoth is its jumping attack. Once it lands, it will also slam the ground immediately afterwards. This slam attack has a large range and will knock you back if you're close after a roll to dodge the jump. In enraged mode, the Shrike will do 2 slams after it lands, so it's best to keep your distance. During his familiar claw slash attack, it will do up to 4 frontal slashes. Position yourself at its tail during this attack and roll through the attack if you find yourself in front of it when the attack starts. The Shrike can also do a wide swipe similar to the Shroud, so keep an eye out for this attack as it does have some distance. The claw attack will also cause crippling wound, which causes you to take a large amount of damage when you run out of stamina and take increased damage from attacks. You can remove this effect by healing from any source or standing still for 5 seconds. The 2 ranged attacks are the Tornado and the Wing Projectile. These will be familiar attacks to you at this point, as they are similar to the previous Shrikes. The Tornado is a large but slow moving object, so dodge out of the way or go through it if the tornado is just starting to form. With the Wing Projectile, you'll get 1 in normal and 2 in enraged. Keep an eye out though in enraged, as he will be able to cast it while he is flying as well before an attack. Watch out when approaching the Moonreaver. This attack is generally the first thing that you'll see when running up, and this attack does have a lot of range. Overall, the Moonreaver Shrike is generally one of the easier heroic fights in Dauntless, as long as you have a party member that knows how to boop. Don't be afraid to stand your ground with a sword or an axe if your party is lacking the safer booping options like the hammer or the war pike. For the Moonreaver's weapons, they all have a unique effect that do 30 additional part damage after a dodged attack. This is upgraded to 60 part damage once the weapon is level 6 and above. Right now, as of open beta, this seems a little underwhelming in my opinion and is definitely in need of a buff. Each weapon is also equipped with 1 Evasive Fury, which grants attack speed after a dodge. Both the Mooncrusher Hammer and the Mooncleaver Axe are equipped with a power and a mobility cell. The power cell is great on heavy weapons for cells like Pacifier, which help you stagger when the behemoth is enraged. For the Moonsaber Sword, it's equipped with 2 mobility cells. While mobility cells are welcome, 2 is probably excessive here. I run mostly sword and use 1 mobility slot for conditioning, but I'd much rather see a power or technique here like the other weapons. The Chainblade and the Warpike are equipped with a technique and a mobility cell. Once these weapons get some love, I could really see these 2 being the best weapon choices for the Moonreaver weapons. For the armor, the Reaver Plate comes with 1 conditioning, 1 weighted strikes, and a mobility slot. This is then upgraded to 2 conditioning at level 6+. The Reaver Crest Helm comes with 1 evasion, 1 weighted strikes, and a technique slot. This is then upgraded to 2 evasion at level 6+. For the Reaver Gauntlets, it's 1 conditioning, 1 evasion, and a mobility slot, which is upgraded to 2 conditioning at level 6+. And then the Reaver Boots come with 1 evasion, 1 weighted strikes, and a mobility slot, which is upgraded to 2 evasion at level 6+. Now keep in mind with any of these heroic weapons and armors, Phoenix Labs is working on differentiating between the previous sets that look similar and these later sets for the Maelstrom Normal and Heroic, so expect there to be changes before release on the cosmetic appearance of these items. That's all for today everyone, thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.